Okay, it looks like we are recording. Yeah, okay. I've got Quincy Johnson, who is, I didn't know this, but extra famous because let me find out, right? Let me find out that you're on Mance Raider Pete Quinones for the second time on Free Man
Stop.
Beyond the Wall podcast. And then
Oh,
you're on Hotep Jesus podcast. So
mhm.
I feel special because I think this is our seventh or eighth podcast. This might be number 8,
Might be.
which puts me in the lead. I've got a bigger brush with fame than Hotep Jesus. That's saying a lot.
Oh, stop, man. Listen, I've been knowing him for at least 3 or 4 years now. He
Yeah.
was, gracious enough to give me a good half an hour on this platform, and
Yep.
I thank him for that. Thank you, Hotel Jesus.
Yeah.
My man Peter Quinones. Sorry if I butchered your last name. I appreciate you having me on your podcast because he's had some heavy hitters
Yep.
on there and
Yep.
everything. I'm just really humble, and I appreciate all the chances that I'm given, even being on your thing. I
Yep.
love it when you got a good back and forth.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, and people really like that. So it's really been something else. So that was great to see. That was the Free Man Beyond the Wall. That Pete Quinones podcast with you was, I'm not even lying. That was really good. That was some entertaining stuff. Good, a really good back and forth. And our legions of fans on this podcast, the Freelance Teacher Podcast, they've been clamoring for more. Right, they're just blowing it up, telling me time to get Q Johnson back in the mix. No, for that.
Where I am, live in the flesh. Let's get into it.
And I never
Uh,
really made the connection. Are you Q?
Man, you know what? Let me put that out there. Okay. I am not Q or QAnon. My name is Quincy Johnson, yes, but I am not Q. I never got into the whole Q thing. To be honest with you, I never really got into the whole Pizzagate thing. It sounded like a cool story. It sounded like something like, if it was a movie, it would sell
Right.
out, but that ain't me. I am not
Okay.
QAnon. I do not rock with them. I don't know them, not even
Okay.
in passing. Not my thing.
All right. All right. Well, you mentioned, so we got that out of the way. You've been driving around the country as a trucker, spreading the message. And I want to talk about the HOTEP message later on in the podcast, but you've been kind of spreading the independence message and the let's work and get it done. And neither Biden or Trump controls your life, a very uplifting freedom message. I'm here in New York City. You mentioned the mayor that everybody hates, de Blasio, and the lockdowns. New York. What's going on in the rest of the country? Because I'm in New York City, which is like socialist chaos, and we have a mayor. Cuomo was bad enough, but there every once in a while he is a reasonable person. I'll just leave it with that. De Blasio is a disaster. So New York City is one of these places where there's no logic or reason entering into the discussion when you talk about politics. What's going on in the rest of the country? What do you see in the South? What's the vibe like in other areas?
Man, in all honesty, dude, it's pretty much business as usual. Yes, in some places I've been at, they're real hardcore about put that damn mask on, which I'm right, whatever. It's like I don't like wearing a mask. However, if me putting this damn cloth on my face is going to get me in and out of the warehouse that much quicker, or in and out of the truck stop that much quicker. But with
Right.
all due honesty, I don't have to like it. I just have to do it. I'm one of them cats. I will do what it takes to get the job done, whether I like it or not. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Right.
I've also seen, and I ain't gonna give no names out 'cause I ain't trying to be a snitch or nothing like that, but there are quite a few businesses that will say or will have a little sign that says, yeah, masks are required. But once you get in there, they're not giving a damn about the mask. They just want to get you in and out in a quick fashion. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because a lot of people, I mean, myself included, we actually look at statistics, we look at numbers, we try to be reasonable. And in New York State, a state of 20 million people, um, since early July, mid-July, it's been about 6 people a day dying with COVID, right? So it's on the death certificate. And that may sound like a lot, but six a day out of 20 million, I would guess that there's more people getting hurt or killed on the road or going down, going to, going into the next life with cancer. It's one of those things where we heard flatten the curve, hospital beds and deaths. And now the narrative is all different and nobody is paying attention to that stuff. It's this bizarre stuff with cases. And here's the part that bothers me, and maybe you've seen this too. When you go against the COVID narrative, like if you bring up stuff like this, and I have, um, if you're with one of these true believer types, they actually get angry, right? The same people that were screaming at us to flatten the curve, well, now it's
Mm,
flat. There is no curve. And when you bring this up, people get very, very upset. Are you seeing some of that in your line of work? Are you talking to other truckers with that? What's going on in Wyoming
I'll
or
be,
Colorado or Virginia or Florida or any of these places?
well, I'll be honest with you, man. Most truck drivers don't give a flying fuck about this COVID or not. Like I said, I've rented a mini, an old school driver. Like I said, one in particular, I do. I've been driving since 1981. I made it through the swine flu back in the 70s. I made it through SARS. I made it
Mhm.
through the avian bird flu. You think I'm worried about some motherfucking COVID? It's like, nah. It's like most truck drivers aren't giving a damn about this because pandemic or not, we still got a job to do. We
Right,
still have a job to do and we're going to do it. You know what
right,
I'm saying? Like, again, so some of us are upset about it, but at the same time, well, we got a job to do, so we're gonna freaking do that job. It's
right.
it's really that damn simple.
Hmm. Yeah, because we don't get a feel. I'm like in a New York City bubble to some degree. So
Mm,
I don't, I can only read about what's going on in other places. And because I'm connected to many like libertarian podcasts and websites and stuff, I hear what they are saying. But around me, it's and I walk around the neighborhood, we've got scared, and I'm going to just speak openly, we've got scared white liberal types who are dedicated to the mask. It's almost like a badge of, look at me, I can follow the safe crowd, I'm a good person. But when you go down,
or look at me, I'm a really good sheep who does whatever government tells me to do.
right, yes, and it's a shame because a lot of them are baby boomer age liberals, and they were the ones that in the 60s were saying don't trust anyone over 30 and question authority. And now those
Hmm.
axioms are gone. Those axioms have vanished, and they justify everything with, well, it's a deadly disease and you're going to die of COVID, even though, as I mentioned before, you're not even having a rounding error number of people dying with COVID, which if you look at the definition, that's exactly what it is. So it's really kind of like a Twilight Zone thing. And
Hmm.
Quincy, to me, it feels like what you and I used to call the New World Order. It seems like
Right,
they're thrashing about, running around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to see what they can do.
man. Listen, bro. It's like I've seen a lot of dirty mask outers. Like, okay, cool, wear a mask. How often are you wearing that mask? I mean, how often are you washing that mask? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, being out here, as a truck driver, yeah, soap and water can be at a disadvantage sometimes on the road. So how often are you washing it? Or it's like, yeah, you got your mask on, but then you just wipe sweat off your forehead, or you cough into your hand or something. What are you really protecting now? Like, I mean, the whole shit just seems ridiculous to me. But again, at the same time, I ain't gonna like it. I just gotta do it. I am a businessman. I'm a man about my business. If I gotta put um, By the way, shout out to Mr. Mask Man for hooking me up with my one of a kind Lucha Libre wrestling mask right here.
And look
Shout
at
out
this.
to them.
Look at the symbol. Very nice.
Oh, no, you
Very
didn't.
nice.
No, you didn't.
I just got us banned off of every platform on the internet.
Man, man,
We're going to
fucking
be
with they can't
famous.
take a joke.
We're going to be famous. It's going to be great.
hmm
That's
Like
great.
I said, fucking
But,
with they can't take a joke.
but
My good
it really
man.
seems like they're thrashing about. Let me ask you your opinion on this. The social
Uh,
justice warrior movement has gone so crazy with the mask thing, the NFL, and particularly the NBA. Are you aware what's going on in the sports world very much
from
so?
what I
Or
heard, the NBA, the players is just like, all right, man, we're gonna go on strike. You know what I'm saying? Because these people's out here is like doing police brutality. And when I heard that shit lasted like what 3 or 4 days, I'm like, well, that was quick. Um, Me personally, it's like I don't do virtue signaling or empty gestures, which is why I refuse to say the phrase Black Lives Matter with deference to what's going on,
mm-hmm,
and I refuse to like get on my soapbox about something because again, how is me putting Black Lives Matter on the top of my truck? How is that going to stop police brutality? Okay,
mm-hmm,
yes, I know that police brutality exists. uh, Me wearing Black Lives Matter or saying it ain't gonna do a damn thing to change all that. The only way, in my opinion, the only way that police brutality is ever going to go away is going to take more of the good cops ratting out more of the bad cops.
mm-hmm.
But since we know that shit ain't never going to happen, you're gonna have to make a plan and act accordingly. Okay, because it's rare that cops rat out other cops. It's just rare.
Mm-hmm.
Rare.
Right.
So it's obvious they're not going to change. So yeah, you're gonna have to swallow your pride and adapt. Again, you ain't gonna like it, just gotta do it. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And I'll admit, what happened to Breonna Taylor in Louisville was fucked up. I'm both people on both sides of the argument are just idiots. You got people saying, kill the cops, abolish the police. You got the other side saying, well, her boyfriend was a felon and a drug dealer, as if that justifies what happened to them. It doesn't.
Right.
It's just shit was fucked up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And I hope some justice does happen for her as well as all the other victims of police brutality, because we got a lot of people out here who just flat out refuse to believe that police brutality even happens. Oh, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Let me
Oh,
tell you
sure.
something.
Right.
It happens. Okay, I've seen it. I've had it done. I mean, I ain't never got my ass whooped, nothing like that. But growing up in Detroit, back in the day, doing what I did, yeah, I've had a few cops, you know what I'm saying, take my money, take my dope, and be like, all right, bye, get out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Right.
like, I'm not in arrest. Like, no, you're not in arrest, but we taking your money and we taking your drugs. Fuck off.
Right.
I'm like, okay, I may not be a lawyer, but I know even y'all can't do no bullshit like that. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Doesn't
what you gonna
sound
do,
like
man?
protecting and serving to me. That stuff.
No, no, no,
And
no.
and that's the thing with Pete Quinones podcast, The Free Man Beyond the Wall. He's really good on that issue because he's brought up and talked about, as many of us libertarians have done in the past, talked about the militarization of the police and police brutality and stuff like that. So I can understand the anger. What really is strange to me is you have the NBA and the NFL, especially the NBA, completely destroying their brand. No, the NBA finals are on now and nobody is watching. They just
Uh,
don't care.
you are. I don't know. I mean, I see NBA tweets popping up on my timeline. Like, I don't know about viewership. They may
Viewership
not
is
be watching it, but they're definitely talking about it.
okay.
At least with the people that that I follow. Also, you got to remember, NBA is trying to get that freaking China money because basketball is huge over there in China. Like you
Right.
remember when the I don't know if you remember this or not, but the GM of the Houston Rockets said
Yes.
something
Daryl.
disparaging about China,
Yep. Daryl
and they
Morey.
was on his neck
Yep.
instantly.
Yep.
Man had to come out, apologize.
Yeah.
LeBron James, that puppet, he came out and chastised him. I'm
Right.
like, yeah, just get out of here, bro.
Yeah, the it was Daryl Morey. I think he tweeted out "Free Hong Kong" or "I stand with Hong Kong" or
Yeah,
something like that. And they raked him over the coals. They made him bend the knee. They made him apologize. What I don't, regular people, I just don't get it. I'm a high school English teacher in a bad neighborhood, and you're a truck driver. I am not going to bend the knee and apologize. It's just people. Why? I don't understand. Somebody like Daryl Morey, who was probably a multimillionaire, he probably is sitting on enough money that if they said, okay, Maury, you can't say that, apologize or you're fired. If he were to have
bye.
said, yeah, if he had said, look, I'm talking about human rights, I am not going to bend because your the umbrella business over the NBA wants me to grovel. I'm out of here. First of all, he'd have thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of fans for life. He'd have integrity. And let me just put it this way. I'm sure Daryl Morey, with his pedigree, when you look at his academic record and his track record, he's going to land on his feet. I mean, I just don't get it. I really don't understand. I think some of that American ethos of, no, I'm not going to apologize. I said what I said. I meant it. Do what you're going to do. I don't know where this abject fear came from.
I don't get it either. It's like I get it. It's like if you actually fuck up, make a mistake, cool. Apologize for it. I literally did that over over the weekend and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. I'll admit I was passing another truck driver and I didn't give enough space to get back over. And he got on the radio like, "Oh man, you damn douchebag! You could have hit my bumper." I was like, "You know what?" I was like, "Hey man, look, when a man fucks up, he's got to admit that. My apologies. I fucked up." He
Yeah,
was all right, cool. Apology accepted. But this shit,
right,
like, you're apologizing for having your own opinion? Nah, fuck that.
right,
No,
right.
sir.
And you're
Not
watching.
doing it. Like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, well, I was just going to say, it's exactly what you were saying. It's not like it's a guess or it's a shot in the dark. You know what you did, and you're like, oh man, all right, I'm sorry. But if you didn't do anything wrong, we were watching people in Hong Kong get, batons to the head, right? Cuffed and stuffed, all kinds of crazy stuff. And and he said, I think that's wrong. It's not like he's going off the rails and coming out with some nonsense. And they said, no, you will bend the knee and apologize. And he did it. I don't, I really don't see it. The only guy, the only guy in the press, he was on Hotep Jesus show, Jason Whitlock. He's my go-to guy with a lot of
Yep.
this stuff with sports. NBA ratings, by the way, are down 70% over the last 2 years. Nobody, they may be talking
Man,
about it. They're not, nobody is watching that stuff. And
sucks to be them.
I like basketball, but Morey does that. LeBron James, you called him a puppet, which I understand, and nobody seems to have their ability of pride or using their free will. It's very strange. I really don't get it.
Man, all right. First of all, the 12-year-old boy inside of me is laughing at cuffed and stuff. That just sounds like a really bad porno movie right there. Um, it's like honestly, even me as a truck driver, I don't have millions of dollars, but at the same time, when somebody came up to me asked me to bend the knee, no, I would take
Right,
my chances somewhere else.
right,
Because again, me being a truck driver, I could find another job within a week. Hell, matter of fact, not even a week. I could, let's see, today's Wednesday. If they told me to bend the knee, or I'm fired and I get fired today, I guarantee you by Friday, I could be back up in Southwest Minnesota at my old job, making less money, but I would still
mhm,
have a job. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like I'd be damned if I'm gonna, throw away who and what I am, or
hmm,
change who and what I am to appeal to the masses. Damn all that. Take
right,
me for who I am, or don't take me at all. If If I said something, I meant it because I say what I mean and I mean what I say. And damn your peer pressure, damn your mob mentality. You know what? I love a challenge. Bring it, bro. Bring it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like it's like they are taking it too far. And by they I mean both sides. The social justice warriors and the Republicans on the right. And let me speak on this. Everybody, not everybody, but there's more than a few people who were glad that Trump got COVID and then was sad when he got past it. Hey man, y'all can wish death on the president all you want. All you're gonna do is end up with President Mike Pence. And if you hated Donald Trump, you're really gonna hate Mike Pence. Mike Pence is an actual conservative.
Yes.
Okay, if you think Trump is bad, he's nothing compared to Mike Pence. So be careful what you wish for. You
Hmm.
know.
Right.
Um, as far as this whole election thing, um, it's a shit show. Both sides are the same in the sense that they're gonna vote for their candidate no matter what they say, no matter what they do. We've been known that about Trump supporters. Now we're finding out about Joe Biden supporters. Because I remember when all those allegations of sexual assault came out, I saw way too many tweets from men and women, Jesus, saying that, Joe Biden could sexually assault 100 people. I still vote for him. I saw
Yep.
more than a few tweets. Joe Biden could rape me and my daughter at the
Oh,
same
no.
time. I'm still going to vote for him. I'm like, really? How is that different from I can shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and you still vote for me? You
Hmm.
motherfuckers are the same. And
Right.
what it says sad about it is all the black people that are going to vote for Joe Biden with this track record of bullshit comments. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Come on now. Okay, first of all, why are you defending that? Oh, it's just jokes. Stop being so sensitive.
Hmm.
Shut up. Goddamn well, you wouldn't let any Republican get away with that shit.
Right.
Quiet as kept. You wouldn't even let any other white Democrat get away with that shit.
Hmm.
I guarantee you, Hillary could never say that shit at all. If she was running, she'd be vilified. You know what I'm saying? But because it's Joe saying it, and he was with Obama for 8 years, they're fucking letting that shit rock. No, not this black guy. Fuck out of here, motherfucker. I guess I ain't black. By the way, if you coming to me, by the way, if you coming to me, you say I'm not black, I'm punching you dead in your motherfucking mouth. That goes for man, woman, child, whatever. Don't even fix it to say that shit to me, dog, because I will punch you. That's not even a threat. It's an announcement. Don't come in my face telling me I'm not black because I'm not voting for Joe Biden. All right, I'll make your ass famous for all the wrong reasons. Don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. You
Yeah.
know, you have documented history of Joe Biden saying we need a constitutional amendment for busing, and people are still gonna vote for this man. You got this man saying I was able to keep on going because black women were stocking the shelves. Motherfucker, what? Are you
Preach.
just
Preach.
wow, man? I mean, just like you hate Trump that motherfucking much that you're gonna vote for this asshole with no matter what he said? No, fam, I can't do all that. And motherfuckers saying, well, voting for the lesser two evils is still a choice. No, voting for the lesser two evils is still voting for evil. That's something that I cannot do and will never do. I'm not
Hmm.
gonna vote for evil. It's literally you're voting between punch in the face or a kick in the balls. How about I just say the fuck? I'm gonna say fuck both of y'all. Okay.
Right.
And I've been saying this take on Twitter. Let me go and drop this on your podcast as well. I'm willing to bet that just like in 2016, once Trump gets elected, it's going to be quite a few people, mainly blue check Twitter or blavity black Twitter, that's going to blame him being reelected on black men staying home. And once again, that's going to give fuel to the fire for black feminists and members of the black LGBTQ community to once again shit on black men, just
Yes.
like they did, just like they did in 2016.
Right.
Like, just I'm
Yes.
here for it. I love a battle, but at the same time, could you knock it the fuck off? Okay. I mean, listen. While I may not agree with you or your lifestyle or your views, we're still black. I still got your back, homie. I
Hmm.
still got your back. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, get out of here. It's effing ridiculous, man. But what
Yeah.
are you gonna do?
Yeah, I was talking, we were talking a little bit in that respect when it came, I was talking with high school seniors yesterday. I've got two
Why
senior
didn't you call
classes.
me for that?
What?
Why didn't you call me for that?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, we'll do something with the 12th grade. For sure. Yeah, we'll do something without a doubt. We're still trying to figure it out because I haven't met them face to face, right? It's only been over Zoom. So
Really?
I thought of that when I was talking about doing Zoom stuff and interviews. I thought about you, and we'll have to do have you come in and jump in on one of the classes as
Just like
usual.
last time. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's my top group. It's the top seniors. So the classes are, and I'm not even kidding, well over 90% female. So
Oh,
these are very, very bright black women who talk in a manner that is superior to everything you see on blue check Twitter, everything you see on much of social media, definitely more than you see in corporate media. The conversations, the two of them, I had AM class and the PM class. And the way we were talking yesterday, I told them, I said, I wish I could record this because the way we speak is so much better than what you hear in the corporate press and social media. It's not even funny, and that's where you had kind of mentioned where you have two sides kind of snapping at each other, and they really like it when you just appealed to the black community that maybe you don't always get along with, but you have their back. Like you'll fight for people who are good
yeah.
people no matter what. And I was telling these 12th graders that and you Hotep guys have your own words for they, which just kills me. That stuff is funny. Um, they
The
like it.
redacted.
They like, you're gonna get me in trouble. They like it when regular people fight. And it's one of
Ding,
those.
ding, ding, ding,
Yes,
ding.
they really, really like it. And I told them, I told these, and again, I have 10 women and one dude in the PM class, and like four guys and something like 19 women in the AM class. But I was telling them, I said, the conversations we are having now as a group, they hate that. They do not want that to be. And we talked about race, we talked about gender, LGBTQ, we talked about all kinds of stuff. We're in the bad neighborhood. So we talk about very third rail hot button issues, and it was fine. And I told them, I said, if only these kinds of talks would happen in with regular folk and place it out there in
It does happen. It's just not being reported upon. And if it is being reported upon, it's being reported upon in a negative light.
right,
They don't want
right,
us unified. They want us divided. They want us at each other's necks. You know
yes,
what I'm saying?
right,
Because it helps their agenda. If you keep us divided, then you have a lifelong supply of votes because all you got to do is every 4 to 6 years come out and give some fire and brimstone speech about how you're going to fight for them and you're
right,
going to champion for them. And if you just give me one more chance in Congress, bitch, you've been there since 1995. How much more time do you fucking need? You know
right.
what I'm saying? Ugh.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where this kind of discourse, it plays better with teenagers than it does with adults. We talked about masks as well. We talked about coronavirus. We were on a Zoom call supposed to be talking about stuff related to class, which we did, but it was one of those things where it's just a freewheeling talk, balanced, thoughtful, different ideas going back and forth in a very mature manner. And it really makes me detest Now I got kicked off of Twitter, and I'm glad I never went back. You're still in that mix. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you deal with, especially after the conversations that we've had and I've had with 12th graders, and to some degree freshmen. How do you deal with, especially being one of the Hotep guys, because you guys take bad press every which way, which is how you guys got to my attention. Because I'm like, why is Blue Check Twitter riffing on and trying to hurt this Hotep stuff? It sounds like it's a very strong independent movement. I don't know, Quincy, how you deal with it. How do you, I mean, you know what they're
Simple.
going to say.
I don't give them my time and energy. I'm very selective now about who and what I give my time, my energy, and my psyche to. Anytime I come across threads where it's bashing black men or bashing black women, I just keep on scrolling. It's like I may go back 2 or 3 quoted tweets, but then I'll literally just be like, there's enough of this, and literally just hop back out and keep on scrolling because somebody feeling that way on social media, you sitting there going back and forth is not going to change their opinion one damn bit. You're a total stranger to them.
Mm-hmm.
All they're going to do is quote your tweet, laugh at you, and call you names.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how hard you go for your position. This is like, yeah, okay, whatever, hotel, massaging, or whatever.
Right.
I don't have time for that BS anymore. So just all
Okay.
right, cool. You tweet what you tweet. I'm a freaking move it on. I'm at the point now. I'm not here to educate anybody. Those that want the knowledge, you can get it. Those that don't want it, those that don't want to listen or hear to it, best of luck to you. Yeah, best of luck to you. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it really seems toxic. You have the teenagers, like, they enjoy Snapchat, which I really know nothing about. Um,
Same
and
here.
no, nor do I have any desire. And
Same here.
Twitter just seems like a complete mess. And it was you. There was a woman, I think she was in Houston, black mixed with black. She was cool.
Yes.
Oh,
She is still on there. We actually follow each other. She's cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there. I mean, it was. I still remember the names because they were so few. Because the usual chatter was toxic, ridiculous, crazy, not useful at all. And so when I got bounced off of Twitter, I just didn't even care. It didn't matter to me. Do you see, is the kind of semi related to this, is the Hotep movement growing? Adam Curry was on Hotep Jesus podcast. They did 3 hours plus. You're there.
Hmm.
Jason Whitlock of Outkick. Outkick is exploding in popularity. Is the movement growing? Are people starting to figure it out?
Yes, and it's a beautiful thing, and it's not even like they're all just becoming hoteps. It's just like, okay, well, I'm not a hotep, but I do understand that people in government are not my friends. They're not looking out for my best interest. They're looking out for their vote and their money. Okay,
Right,
cool. That's a start. I'm with that. You know what I'm
right.
saying? By the way, in case he does see this, hey Adam Curry, sorry about all the blow up that happened last year. I meant no ill will towards you or MoFax. It just is what it is.
What happened? Dude, wait a minute. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, how are you holding your Thrilla and Vanilla, Milk Chamberlain, right? No Huey Newton, white brother in check. How am I not gracing and touching
All
elbows with
right.
these famous people like you? You need to back up because I feel like I've
Okay.
been left out. And here you are, already had static with Adam Curry, who I was watching on MTV when I was in middle school.
Same
And
here. Same here. But
yes,
here's the thing: it's not so much Adam Curry. It's this other gentleman called MoFax. I don't know if you
yeah.
ever heard of him.
I only know of him because I've listened to a couple of podcasts now with Curry, because Curry was on Tom Woods' show, and
Okay.
he was also then on, and it was a great podcast. The Tom Woods show with Adam. Well, Woods show is great. The Tom Woods show, they did like a 45-minute episode with Curry, was exceedingly interesting. And then the one with Hotep Jesus with Brian Sharp was extremely good. So I only know the MoFax. I figured out that MoFax was a person, and so I know that MoFax is a person, and he sounds like he's kind of like black representative on the show. Do I have that right?
See, and that's the issue that I have. He's saying that he is a black representative. I can't find one picture of him confirming that he is black. And I'm sorry, but we live in an age of trickery and deception.
Yes.
How is it that I can't find a single photo of you, bro? It's like, for me personally, if somebody is going to say that they're a representative of the black community, whatever the hell that means,
Right.
I need to know beforehand that you're black, and I put that out there. And man, Adam Curry, the other dude, John Dvorak,
Yep.
and Mofax, for like 2 days, my timeline was just a fucking minefield. I made so many videos and the quotes was like, look, I have nothing against Adam Curry. I
Right.
have nothing against John Dvorak.
Right.
I even have nothing against Mo Fax. It's real simple. The big homie Ronald Reagan said, trust but verify. I'm flipping that. Verified, then trust. And
Right.
everybody keeps telling me, oh, well, just listen to the podcast. You can tell that he's black. No, that's not good enough for me. A voice, no, 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 no. I need audio and visual, because
Right.
there's quite a few people who are not black that can put on a convincing black voice. That's not good enough for me,
Word.
bro. I'm like, look here, bro. I'm not asking for the world. I'm
Mhm.
asking for a simple 5-second video. Hey,
Right.
yo, Q, it's Mo Facts. I'm black. Go fuck your mother. I would be cool with that. Couldn't get that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And even me and Mo spoke in the DMs. Like, look here, man. Listen, I still think you're an ass, but you're standing by your convictions. I can respect that. I'm like, cool, baby. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? Like, I even told him, look, if I'm wrong, if you do turn out to be black, I will get on any media platform you tell me to, and I will apologize profusely.
Right.
But until then, I can't do it. And I have yet to listen to a Mofax podcast. I just can't do it. And especially now, it would be
Right.
like me, tucking my tail and turning around and whatnot. Can't do
Right.
that, bro. You
Okay.
know?
So yeah. So to this day, you can't find any kind of official word that Mofax is
Bruh,
actually a black guy.
I spent 4 hours looking on the internet, Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo, Ask Jeeves even. You know what I'm saying? I even broke one of my cardinal things. I even got on Apple, on the iTunes where they podcast is at. I
Right.
went looking there. Can't find a single photo, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I
And
would.
I'm just going to take you at your word that that you're black. I, I'm sorry. You can call me paranoid or whatever, but we got a lot of fake devils and fake peoples out
Right.
here. I need to know that the person proclaiming to be black is actually black. You see me, you see me, you see that I'm black. This
Right.
is not this is not makeup. This ain't oil. This shit don't wash off. I'm black. I'm not afraid to put myself out there. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, I don't know what's going on, but hey, you know what? Again, if it works for you, fine,
Right.
fine. Like I actually the producer of the No Agenda podcast, we follow each other, and he's like, yeah, occasionally they still bring you up because that was a crazy day and a half. I'm like, yeah, it was a crazy day and a half, man. Good Lord, I had white people screaming all of my mentions. He's black. I'm like, I don't know that.
Right. Yeah. How do you know? And the funny thing is, like AdamCurry.com and the website for the podcast, there's a ton of information. And I mean, I didn't look for Mofax. I haven't even heard a podcast yet where he's been in it because I haven't listened to too many. They're like 3 hours long. They're great drive time podcasts. Uh, and I remember reading Dvorak in one of my computer, like PC magazine. He had a column
Mm.
every time, and it was great, right? Another independent thinker. They're a strange but a perfect pair because they're not bound by the conventions of whatever's politically correct. So
Which is
Dvorak was,
fantastic.
yeah, it's
Awesome. I'm
great.
with all that. But
Yeah,
this
but
one gentleman, I mean, seriously, bro. People get doxxed every day, and I'm not saying dox more fat. I'm not saying that. I'm
Right,
just saying information is out there, especially in 2020.
right.
Okay, if this was 1989, before the internet, okay, I guess I gotta take you at your word, bro.
Yeah,
But this is 2020.
right,
Information is everywhere. I can't find a freaking JPEG or a GIF or a freaking MP3
right.
or something about you, dog.
Yeah.
That 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 makes me even more sketchy about you. That I can't find anything about you at all.
Right.
And yes,
Especially.
yeah, I know your real name isn't Mo Fax, but again, can't find one flyer or poster. Oh
Mhm.
well, whatever.
In the world today as well with and I'm going to ask you a question about this in a second, but with your guy Talcum X, Martin Luther King, right, Sean King, you have an even better case to say, look, I saw Rachel Dolezal do her thing. She seems to be absolved. Not only is Joe Biden allowed to say, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black, but that fake black said, yeah, right. Like Joe Biden says ain't in his regular everyday life. I hate that stuff. Um, but in today's world, the Dolezal, Sean King world, Talcum X, Martin Luther King, yeah, you have even more of a case saying you need just a little bit something. Throw me a bone. Let me see that you are indeed this voice.
Again,
And this is the
just
question
a
that I have.
simple
I don't know
five
if
second
anyone.
video.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I don't know if anyone has ever answered this. Why do so many, and this is what I saw on Twitter and what I see on social media and what I used to see on Facebook. Black people taking Sean King seriously. Can you explain that to me? It
Nope.
really doesn't make any.
I really can't. You know what? Um, Throwing aside the whole is he black or is he white, he seems to be putting in work at least. Like he's going to Ferguson, he's talking to people, he's having meetings. So I'm not taking that away from him. Is he white? Is he black? And I have no idea. And quite honestly, at least with him, don't care. I know it is some funny business as far as him and donating money. You know what I'm saying? Like apparently some money has turned
Yeah,
up missing and
I heard.
whatnot. So if that's true, then what the fuck? As far as Richard Dolezal goes, that woman needs help because for all the work that she did, leading the NAACP, she could have did that as a white girl, and we would have been cool with it.
Right.
How's that phrase go? You ain't got a lot of kick it. You don't have to lot of kick it. Okay, you could have came in as a white girl, put in the work. We'd have been cool with that.
Yeah.
But for you to sit up there and lie and say that you're black, like it actually just happened. What last month somewhere? I want to say in Cleveland or something, where another chick was faking the funk, saying that she was black. Kind of found out she was really white,
Yep.
and I seen the picture. I'm just like, how the fuck did you pull this? Yeah, like you can't even pass for light skin. Like, nah, nah,
Right.
nah. You
Right.
white. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah. She was.
I don't
She
get
was.
it.
If it's the same one I'm thinking of, there was that professor that was. She was trying to pass herself off as Afro Caribbean. She didn't just say I'm black. She said I'm a professor and in the Bronx Afro Caribbean community. I'm like, I live in the Bronx. I'm down. I used to be downtown more by Yankee Stadium, 149th Street, Grand Concourse, Third Avenue. Right. My mother-in-law used to live on 167th and Morris, and not too many Bronx Afro Caribbean people looking like you, even when you were trying to play the role of Afro Caribbean Professor Princess. It was completely out of control. And this is the thing where people never think. If the United States is so, and I'm not denying the whole white privilege thing. I don't word it that way. There's more nuance to it. But in a country that is in theory just awash and sloppy with white privilege, why would anybody ever try to
Not
not
be
be
white.
white? Right. Like I want some of that privilege. I keep looking for the white privilege myself. Chase Bank is breathing down my throat. Subaru asks for their car note every month. Like I'm wondering, I must have been like you not telling me that you were famous and not hooking me up with your famous friends. I'm not getting the white privilege envelopes in the mail. I really am left out. And here you got homegirl trying to be Afro-Caribbean in the Bronx, in a country where, in theory, all it does is put the boot on the throat. Quincy, I'm going to need you to explain that one.
Okay, 2 words: mental illness. There, explained. I mean, how in the bloody blue fuck you hate yourself that much you're going to deny your own damn race?
Yeah.
That's why I don't get. I mean, just wow. For all again, Sean King, Rachel Dolezal, for all the work that they've done and been doing, you could have did that as your true self. You
Mm-hmm.
did not have to lie and say that you are black. Like the fuck, man. Just I don't get it. So
Yeah.
yeah, mental illness.
Yeah.
Mental
Yeah.
illness.
Yeah, it's really wild. And Whitlock's take on this, Jason Whitlock at Outkick, which again, just because they're exploding in popularity simply because they're not social justice warriors and they're not saying all the things that everyone else is saying, and they're not bending the knee to Black Lives Matter. And these people are getting good for them. They're getting rich because they're saying stuff that a lot of people want to hear, and
The
it's.
grifters.
I don't think they're grifters. I think Outkick is legit. They're not. Go to
No,
outkick.com.
no, 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 not them. I'm talking about the Dolezals, the
Oh
Sean
yeah,
Kings,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, grifters.
Okay, I hear what you say. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. That's their grift. That's their ploy. I get it. And so Whitlock is he's trying to say, look, we have to do is simply say what we think and be honest about it. It's not like some kind of trick. It's not like you say. It's not some sort. You don't have to do the grift. You can do what you want to do and say what you want to say. If you stop worrying about what social media thinks, you'll be much better off. And all Outkick is doing, and a couple of other venues, that's all they're doing. They're simply saying what they wish to say and not perpetrating their identity. And they're making a killing. I don't see why more people don't see it.
It might be because they just flat out don't want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Or there are certain gatekeepers in the media that are blockading them. That happens a lot too. Let me say this here. Um, nah, that's not going to fit. I'll just say that both Democrats and Republicans, neither one of them really, well, Democrat and Republican politicians and organizations, they really don't know how to talk to black people at all. Okay. Um, the Democrats have shown that they have quote unquote moved on from us because they realize that most black people are going to vote Democrat no matter what. Why? Because it's what their parents did and their grandparents did. And again, I will hand this to the left leaning media. They've done a very good job of convincing a lot of black people that no matter how much your life sucks, if you do not vote Democrat, it would be inherently worse. I got to give them credit for hammering that message down in the black community for decades and generations. Hey, look, Detroit, Baltimore, Chicago, Houston, LA, we know it's tough out there. We know it. We hear you. But we fucking promise you, if you don't vote for us, it'll be a whole lot worse. And I'm just like, wow. You know what I mean? And
Right.
as far as the problems with the GOP, anytime a black person does say, well, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not really a liberal, here come these, backwards compliments from Republicans. Hey, congratulations for getting off the plantation. Stop saying that to us.
Yeah.
Stop talking to us like that, bro.
Yeah.
Stop saying that that we left the plantation. Like that is not endearing to us or going to help you get more black people in your camp. Like knock that shit off, bro.
Mhm.
For real.
Right, right. Yeah, that's the thing that the wording can make a difference, and that's why I you see there's that young lady in Baltimore, Kim Klacik, I think her name
Yep.
is. She's
Uh-huh.
running as her. She's a cutie, let me tell you. Those,
Listen, I
I-
saw her. I
yeah,
saw her in the View.
yeah,
When they cut her mic off,
yeah,
because she brought out Joe Burry and blackface,
yeah.
and Joey had the nerve to say the black people had her back.
Right.
No, I didn't.
No,
No, I
they didn't.
didn't.
No, they didn't.
I
She just made that up. Joy Behar she just made that up on the spot. No,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, when Republican person X puts on blackface, it's you need to be fired. You don't even have to do that. You could say like the
Yeah,
guy.
like fucking what's his name in fucking it's the boy, the blackface mother in Virginia, Ralph Northam.
Yep.
He's so he,
Yep. Hold on, your sound cut out.
uh,
Okay. Yeah,
hello.
yeah. Now you're back.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I had a phone call. Jump in.
Uh,
Yeah, Ralph Northam has multiple pictures of
right.
him in blackface, but because he's a Democrat,
Right.
that shit got explained away like nobody's business. He
Right.
still has his job. He wasn't recalled or nothing like that. But
Yep.
let a Republican even think about doing that shit, and they're
Right.
done for.
Yeah, well,
I'm
there and
like,
here's the thing. May I think that maybe I'm projecting. I don't know. It's possible that the tide is turning because you've got Northam. Look at Kim Klacik with on the View. She's like, oh, is this Joy Behar of blackface? Behar makes it up. She just pulls it out of thin air. The black community
this black.
supported me. That's a total lie. Good for her to. Besides Klacik being a cutie, did I mention that? Um, besides that, she remembered that this lady trying to perpetrate and they're being rude to her. So she's like, hey, look at you in your blackface. And they had to cut
She
off her
said it was
mic.
an homage. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right, right. I mean, that's the thing where it's too slow because too many conservative types are soft, especially the conservative ink types. They're too weak, but slowly but surely people are saying and seeing, you know what? I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to bail because I mean, you even have the guy at CrossFit. He founded the company. He got bounced because he's like, no, we're an exercise company. I'm not going to do a social justice message for BLM, not because I don't care. That's not what we do. Our job is to run CrossFit. And the board bounced him of his own company.
Really?
Yes. But then Red Bull, it was Red Bull and Coinbase. Red Bull a month ago, there were a couple of people fomenting SJW, like we need to do more messaging. We need to do more social justice. We need to make sure that that we have BLM's back. And the guy who runs, he's European, who runs Red Bull, he fired them on the spot
Hmm.
and went after the entire department. And the story disappeared because he's an eccentric billionaire in Europe. And he's like, you're done. He fired them, made a very public spectacle of it. Coinbase did the same thing last week, where he said, we're not doing social justice. And if you want to, I'm going to give you a 6-month severance package, but you get out. If you don't take that now, when you do social justice, your ass is fired. So it is starting to churn a little bit, and that's it took too long, but it's possible that things are sliding a little bit. But Kim Klacik
And
did that
uh,
with Behar was perfect because finally people are saying, look, shut your mouth. You have no moral standing. Don't try to perpetrate that you're the good side and everybody else is not only the bad side, but they're bad people. People
and yeah,
that
it's like, yeah, I was like, I get it, and sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It's like, yes, I get it. Some things do need to change. The way that you're going about it is all wrong. Throwing bricks at windshields, that's not going to get somebody over to your side
Mhm.
at all. Setting things on fire that have nothing to do with why you're mad, that's not going to get people over to your side at all. You know
Right,
what I'm saying? I mean, it's the reason why I carry weapons in my truck. You know what I'm saying? Because God forbid I get surrounded by these damn Neanderthals. Uh, I'm out of there. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like you got me f the f up, and it's just like they're sitting there protesting in the streets and everything, saying um, abolish the police, defund the government. Yet you want that same government to lock up people who you don't agree with.
Right.
How does that make sense?
Right.
How does that make sense? It's like you're saying abolish the police, and yet in the next breath, you want the police to lock up all the Nazis.
Right.
Hmm?
Right.
All right, whatever.
Yeah, that's what Charles Barkley said because the whole defund the police thing, which by the way, Trump made Biden admit that he did not want to do that, right? And Trump was like, "Well, your party says that." And Biden's like, "I am the Democratic Party." It was kind of strange, but Charles Barkley nailed it when he was on the sports show he's on, and he was like, who are we supposed to call? Ghostbusters?" Right? Well, you know how Barkley is. He's like, I don't understand that because you have people in wealthy neighborhoods, in white neighborhoods. Those police are never going to be defunded, and they will always call the police. So you're saying defund the police? The only people who are going to get hurt are the people who can least afford to get hurt. And then he had the Ghostbusters comment, which was perfect, and it was on national TV. I really think that the DNC and the Democratic side of things, let's say, I think they have their own internal polling and they are realizing that they're going to lose and they're going to lose big because they didn't even mention the riots and the protests and the looting and the burning at the Democratic National Convention. And now you have Biden saying what he said on stage. And Nancy Pelosi, of all people, said the riots are bad. And then one of the talking heads on one of the channels, CNN, MSNBC, I can't tell, they're all the same to me, said that we need to at least talk about it because we're losing people by not talking about the obvious riots and looting that they condoned and said it was necessary over the summer. So they must see a train wreck coming. I think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think it's going to be close. Even with the mail-in shenanigans, I think the numbers are going to be so huge for Trump that that even with all the lawyers and the mail and they find a box of 7,000 votes all for Biden, even with all that stuff, um, I still think it's going to be a rout. I don't see
Oh
it
hell
right away.
yeah. Listen, bro. I've been in at least 10, maybe even 15 states in the past week and a half. It's rare that I see a Biden Harris billboard. All I'm seeing is Trump and Pence. I mean, I did see a few in Iowa yesterday
Mm-hmm.
because of the corn and whatnot. I
Go
saw one.
Hawkeyes! University of Iowa, go Hawks! That's where I went.
Right on,
Yep,
right
Iowa
on,
State.
brother. I did see one Biden sign in Pennsylvania, which if Biden loses Pennsylvania, I'm gonna laugh my balls off, man. Like, come on, though. You need to win your home state. Like, all
Yeah,
right,
right.
all
That's where he grew
right.
up. He grew up there with Corn Pop. If he loses Pennsylvania, what's Corn Pop going to say?
Hey, yo, first of all, man, I refuse to believe that a brother was calling himself Corn Pop even back then. Because, yeah, you come around me telling me your name is Corn Pop, I'm going to roast you within an inch of your natural motherfucking life. Hey, what's up, man? My name is Quincy. Oh, yo, what's up, dog? They call me Corn Pop. I'm going to laugh right in your face, dog. Like, come on, fam. I mean, yeah, Corn
I
Pop.
love the Corn
and
Pop
and
story.
and, and the black kids, I got hairy legs and I had to rub my legs and what
Yeah, yeah.
what the fuck? Okay.
It's really weird. I think they're sending him off to slaughter. There's a side of me that says this guy is there because they know they don't want to burn any of their talent, right? They have Kamala Harris who was polling a whopping 2%
Yeah.
at the height, and
How did
Biden,
she get the bump up? Not I mean, yeah, how did she get in and not freaking Stacey Abrams or something
right,
like that? Which,
right,
by the way, I'm calling right now. In 2024, I can see her running. You know what I'm saying? I could
yeah,
definitely see her running. Maybe, you know what? Bold prediction 2024, Obama and Stacey Abrams. Not Barack, Michelle Obama and Stacey Abrams. If them two motherfuckers link up like the fucking Wonder Twins, I can see them winning. I can see them winning because who the hell's gonna vote against two black women? You know what I'm saying? Like I can see that popping off. But
Yeah.
what you said is right. They didn't want to waste any new talent in 2020, knowing that Trump was gonna win and shit.
Yeah.
That's why they told Castro fall back. They told what's his name? Robert Francis O'Rourke. I'm not calling that motherfucker Beto. He's not Latino. He's Mexican. Really? Explain that to me when both of his parents are from Ireland and he's not
Right.
adopted.
Right.
How is he Latino? And by the way, isn't that cultural appropriation that a white
Yes.
man named O'Rourke is calling himself Beto?
Yeah.
Notice how they're not calling that shit cultural appropriation.
Yeah. It's
All right,
okay
fam.
when we do it, right? It's okay
Yes,
when we
yeah.
do it.
I put that on my timeline 2 days ago. I'm like, yeah, that that right there is the whole mindset of
Right.
the Democrats. It's okay when we do it.
Yeah. Paul
I'm like,
Joseph Watson had that on his latest video. He had some kind of thing where, the reaction to Trump getting COVID and all this kind of stuff. And of course, the reaction is, you saw more of it probably on Twitter than anybody. The reaction, of course, it's everything that they say you can't do. And, but, like we're not about hate. We have to erase hate. Hate is bad. And then the COVID Trump thing comes out and they're like, we wish you were dead, right?
yeah.
Or it's your own damn fault for not wearing a
Mm-hmm.
mask. Oh, really? Was she dressed provocatively? Is that the way we're doing things now? So it's really completely mental. And what bothered me and what I don't miss about social media is you probably do it. I used to point out the obvious hypocrisy, and it did make a difference. So I realized that these people weren't playing fair. They weren't.
Yeah.
There's no rationale to it. There's no
Mm.
legitimacy to it, and I was wasting my time, and I wasn't getting paid for the time I was spending explaining the hypocrisy. So I was just like, you know
Yeah.
what? I'm
Yeah.
out.
I feel you. I feel you. I don't
Facebook
even point
out,
out the
Twitter
hypocrisy
out,
no more,
out.
dude.
Yeah, I
I
don't know how
feel
you
you.
do it.
I don't even put on no more because people are gonna believe what they're gonna believe when f you if you disagree with them.
Right,
I interact with my people like right now. I spend my Twitter either talking about rap battles or supporting black-owned businesses,
right,
or I'm being a degenerate and talk about porn and eating ass. One of those. You know what I'm saying?
right. All
But
the American things.
politics, yeah. But politics, I'm just like, yeah, I'm not voting. I don't give a damn if you mad about that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm not voting doesn't mean that I can't talk about it. Because I've had a whole lot of people, for somebody who's not voting, you sure do have a lot to say about politics and politicians. Yeah, that's right. And I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep on fucking doing it. I have a
right,
mouth. I'm gonna use it. Just
right.
because I'm not doing something doesn't mean that I can't speak on that something.
Mm-hmm.
F off. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
right. And the shame of it all is everything has been politicized. Everything is a
Mission
political.
accomplished by the New World Order. They were
Yes,
just like, you know what? If we can't get them on social justice, we will get them on the politics.
right.
Nah, fam. I refuse.
Yeah,
I
and that,
refuse.
and it's even now like mask versus no mask has become Republican versus Democrat, and
Mm-hmm.
it's you see hypocritical things. You see the mayor of Chicago getting her haircut. Your girl Nancy Pelosi getting her blowout, getting her wig flipped. Right, you've got all this kind of stuff,
Ha!
and and my favorite with the Nancy Pelosi stuff is she's like, I was set up. And I'm like, even if you were set up, you were getting your hair done and no one else is allowed to, and you were walking through the salon with no mask on.
And
So
even if you were set up, you were set up by your own people.
right,
Those were not Republican
right,
hairstylists or
right,
Republican waxers.
right,
Those were your people who set you up. Be
right.
mad at them, not us.
Yeah.
You
So,
know?
and that's an easy one, right? That's low hanging fruit. But when you point that out, the true believers, no, it doesn't even make a dent. And they start talking about Donald Trump or they start talking about Republicans, and it just becomes a big waste of time. And that's the shame of so many adults in the country, where we go back to what I was saying with my 12th graders. that kind of hypocrisy is obvious to them. They see it instantly and they are not afraid to call it out, even though Nancy Pelosi is a powerful Democratic woman in California. They don't care, right? They're like, that's hypocritical, right? She shouldn't do that. How come we can't go to the local restaurant and until the other day we can't sit inside, but she can go get her hair did 3 weeks ago and then try to play it
Mm,
off that she was set up. They recognize right away it's going to be, I don't know quite which way it's going to go, but the young people, at least the ones that I work with in the black neighborhood in Mount Vernon, they're not having it. They're not down. They're not going to apologize for Nancy Pelosi. They're not, there is not, it doesn't work like
nor
that.
should they.
Right.
Nor should they, man. It's just, if you know that your local politician is selling you a bill of goods, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, a lot of BS, why would you support them? Why would you back
Right.
them up? That that just makes no daggone sense. Um, I honestly think it's gonna just be a repeat of of 2016. I think that Trump is going to get reelected, and I mean it's just a foregone conclusion. I don't see, well, actually the only way I can see Joe Biden winning is if Trump is dead, and even then, I think just out of pure spite,
Yes.
people will write in Trump's name and it would still be close.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It would still be close.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
agree.
um, I think right now, I think both sides know the obvious, like those in the know, like Pelosi and Pence and everything. They know that, yeah, Trump's going to win. They're already focusing on 2024,
Mhm.
2028. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Because Hillary's not going to run again. Biden's not going to run again if he loses. Should I say when he loses?
Right.
Bernie's not going to run again, which again, even I can admit Bernie got screwed
He got,
twice.
they
He got
housed him bad.
screwed twice.
Yeah, they jerked his chain
Um,
big time.
yeah, I'm actually friends with a lot of people who are quote unquote Bernie bros. You're like, look, man, we're staying home. Fuck them. Some are saying I'm voting for Trump out of pure spite because of what Hillary did to him.
Yep.
I just don't see this man winning and everything. So like I said, a lot of them they'll never admit it in public, but they're gearing up for 2024.
Yeah.
So you're going to see Joaquin Castro, Stacey Abrams, Michelle Obama, maybe even Mother effing Chelsea Clinton get up in there. And on in 20 on the Republican side, you're going to see more of Thomas Massey,
Yes.
Justin Amos,
Right.
Rand Paul, even.
Yep. I hope so.
Um, yeah. I would love to see Rand Paul
Yeah. Let him do it.
either as
Let him do it right
president,
this time. Let him do it right this time. They should hire regular. He should hire regular people, me, you, or bigger names in the libertarian world. Dave Smith. Some of these people.
bruh.
Great
Put
campaign ideas.
me in, put me in as either the director of transportation or the director of the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. Yeah, I would, man. I'd have this trucking thing humming smoothly. First thing I'm doing is I'm going to that discretionary funding, and I'm giving states as much federal discretionary funding as I can to build more parking for truck drivers.
Okay. All
For
right.
sure. Yeah,
That's a cause I can get behind.
because
So
I'm getting tired of starting my day, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, and there's like 30 trucks lined up on the on and off ramps because there's nowhere to park at.
right, right. Yeah, that's a shame. That shouldn't be the case. Let's end with this. Why don't you? You're still on Twitter, right?
Yep.
Okay.
BBW thigh tickler. BBW. Yep. You do search for Fat Chicks Are Awesome. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? That's me. I'm
All
on
right.
there. You know what I'm saying? I always try to end it with this. People, do not let politics take over your life. Don't do that shit. You loved your family before Trump. Why
Preach.
would you hate them afterwards? You got friends and family. Hug them, love them. Let them know that they are valued and protected. Don't fall into what they want you to think and feel. Don't do that.
Right.
Don't do that, you know?
Right.
Also, if there's anybody watching and listening, maybe you're on that wrong path. Maybe you're despaired. You don't know what to do with your life.
Mm-hmm.
Have you considered being a truck driver? Holler at me,
Right.
okay? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, this industry is not taking a hit because of COVID at
Right.
all. Now,
Right.
my paychecks are still fat, fat, and fat.
That's great. That's great. That's the message that people need to hear. That's the one I spread as much as I can. So we got your predictions, we got your Twitter, we got the trucking message. That's a perfect spot to finish. Well, let's do this again in the next what is it now? It's early October. Let's
Yep.
do well, we need to do at least two more of these before the election.
Okay,
At
I'm
least
with it.
two.
I'm with it.
Okay. All right, man.
All
Well,
right.
we'll chat in just a minute.
I better take care.
All right.